Okay, so we recently redid the leaderboard page, so this video is going to cover that. So just so you know, leaderboard is under workout tools right here. So first things first, what you want to do when you run a leaderboard is to go to this filter icon, and this is where you can filter athletes. So we only filter by group, and as you recall, we have athletes in either a group or a calendar, or both, and most likely both. So when it comes to groups, you can go ahead and include athletes that match all of the selected groups. So that means that if an athlete is both in the baseball group and is also in the sophomores group, then you're basically running a leaderboard for sophomore baseball players. That would be all. The other option is to do any of the selected groups. So if an athlete is in any of the baseball groups, lacrosse groups, and say football, then we're basically running one big leaderboard for all the athletes who are in any of these groups. So those are your two options. So for now, let's just keep it simple, and let's just say that we're going to do a report or a leaderboard for football only. And the next thing you can do is gender. So gender for football is most likely male. You could probably just leave it at any, but we actually capture gender when an athlete registers, so you can actually run the leaderboard by gender as well. And then next thing is time frame. So if you do current maxes and PRs, this is going to be the latest max or PR that they've set. So if you recently did a max day or a max effort day and allowed the formula to update, then we're going to take the last one that's generated. If you do all time, it's going to go ahead and pull the all time PR. So if I had an athlete who 2 years ago was really strong and has been hurt since then, it hasn't really gotten back to that strength, that's okay. It's still going to pull that PR. So that's an all time. And then last 30 days is exactly that, the last 30 days. And then if you're doing a test day today or a max effort day, then the today will actually pull that one. So I'm going to go ahead and do an all time. And then just so you know, auto refresh will auto refresh the leaderboard when you run it every 30 seconds. And the reason coaches might want to do this is because coaches like to put the leaderboard up on a TV and then have the athletes max out that day. So whether the coach is recording maxes or the athletes are doing their own maxes on the app or weight room view, the auto refresh will go ahead and redo the leaderboard so that it will populate almost in real time as athletes are working out, which is a really cool feature. So let me go ahead and run this. Oh, I'm sorry. And now that I set the filter, I have to select my exercise. And that means that I can select any lift that's being tracked. I can choose a cardio exercise. I can choose a circuit. And of course, just to keep it simple, we'll go ahead and just choose barbell deadlift. And then now we have a leaderboard. And how many people show up depends on your filters. So if I were to go ahead and include more groups, put more people in here, then you're going to see more people populate. But what I did was I actually selected people who belong to all of these when I really wanted to someone who belongs to any of these groups, and then apply that. And I've added at least one more person onto this leaderboard. So if you want to print the leaderboard, you'll go to the reporting section and run a max report. You'll get print options there. Some coaches just like to print what they see here. But that's more or less the leaderboard for you. Some other things you can do is reset the leaderboard. So just be careful before you do this. You'll have to select a group, and then you'll have to select an exercise or all exercises. And by the way, if you choose current exercise, that means that it's going to be the exercise that you're currently on. And then you could actually reset all maxes of all time, or you could choose a before date. For instance, if you have some really old maxes for athletes that are graduated and no longer there, you can go ahead and reset the maxes that precede that date if you want to. So that's all there is to the leaderboard. If you have any questions, of course, you can reach out to support, tweet at us, or go ahead and reach out to me directly, Hewitt@teambuilder.com.